Are you trying to decide between starting a handyman business or a general contracting business? I built a successful home building business and also a home inspection business, and now I have a digital marketing agency just for contractors. In this video, I'm going to show you the differences between a handyman and a general contracting business to hopefully help you decide which business you should start. So first, let's look at the general contractor path, right? You're focusing on larger projects. You're managing subcontractors. It's not work that you're doing yourself physically. You might need a lot more working capital to get this business started because you might have to carry costs for a longer time. A lot of times it involves permits, right? Or approvals from zoning boards and planning boards to actually go forward with the project. So there's a lot more time involved in a project like this. And you have to consider who the subcontractors that you're hiring, right? And they got to have a good reputation. And you got to be able to manage the whole project and that timeline because it has to be efficient so that you make money, your subcontractors make money, and your client is happy. So a general contracting business is a business that manages, mostly subcontractors, other businesses that perform the work within the scope of the project. Not people that work in-house. You're not going to have your own carpenters, drywallers, plumbers, electricians. Those projects are going to be subbed out. You're the general contractor. You manage the large project. Now let's look at the handyman path. What is the handyman path? It's a direct service. It's from you to the customer. You're not hiring any other contractors. You're doing the work yourself. You might expand the business into multiple handymen within your business, but you're not hiring other people to do the business. You're focusing on smaller projects like quick wins, right? You're going in there to fix some drywall. You're going to hang someone's TV. You're replacing an entry door. You're putting in a new faucet. Simple projects that you get paid that day. So some of the benefits is it's a low overhead, right? Also, you're getting paid like same day, like I said. And you can make simple processes that you don't have to rely on other contractors to do the work. You can structure this in-house. Guys, if you're thinking about being a handyman or a GC, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. So what are the startup requirements of these businesses, right? So as a general contractor, one of the biggest things is you might need licensing in your state. You might have to be licensed to be a builder or a contractor, right? A GC. As a general contractor, you're going to have to carry insurance policies. You're going to need project management software. You're going to have to really fine tune the way a project is done, right? You're going to have to create a lot of relationships with subcontractors. This is really important to be successful as a GC. If you don't have competent, good general subcontractors, it'll really be hard for the business to be successful. Now flip that to a handyman licensing. You probably don't need any for your state, right? You might not need a management software. I do recommend software that will help you manage the business to help schedule and things like that. But it won't be as such a big project management software that you would need as a GC. Guys, in the comments, let me know, why are you starting a handyman business? And the benefit is you could just start off with a simple truck and some tools. There isn't all this overhead that you need to be a GC. And you can also, the benefit is you could start today. It could be a really quick process to getting business. Because let's face it, there's a lot of guys out there doing contracting, right? But they don't want to do the little jobs. So there's an opportunity to do those little jobs and have, a successful business right off the start. All right, so let's talk about the income potential, all right? So as a GC, you're talking larger projects, which could be, a huge benefit of a bonus of income coming in for the project. But remember, it could take a long time. Remember, higher risk, higher reward, right? And you might have to carry costs for a longer time. There's a lot more risk in running a general contracting business. Now let's flip that to the handyman business, right? The potential, it still could be huge. If you figure out, just do the math, right? So say you could do 3 to 4 small handyman projects a day. that are an hour or two a piece, right? So in an 8-hour day, say you do 3 or 4, and figure your average ticket is somewhere between $250 and $350, right? Right there, you're gonna make $1,000 a day. 5 days a week, you're already in for $5,000, right? And you do that 4 weeks a month. It's $20,000 a month, $240,000 a year. Obviously, this is your gross income, right? But that's just an example. But as a GC, you could have one project that makes that amount. Maybe you're doing a cost plus model and you're making 20% of the project as a GC, right? At $1 million, what are you looking at? $200,000 for that project. But it could take the whole year to do. Some benefits, though, as a GC, you could be doing multiple projects. But whether you have project managers and whatever costs you have, that's totally different. But what I'm trying to say is there's a huge opportunity in both models. It depends on what you're really looking for your business and where you think you really fit in. I think you can be hugely successful in managing and streamlining a handyman business just as much as you could as a general contracting business, because there's a lot more liability as running a business as a GC than a handyman. Now let's talk about growth of the business, right? So both of these businesses really rely on referrals, right? A service-based business as a handyman, you're really going to need a constant flow of leads, right? So it's really important to have a good website, have SEO on your website so you rank really well. You're most likely going to have to do paid ads and local service ads, right? Really important for the handyman business. If you have like a CRM and you're getting all these leads and you can kind of keep them in there and create relationships with these customers. Some of these customers, like if you get a good handyman, especially in a development with people that are a little bit older in age and that can't do these projects anymore, they're going to pass your name on to everybody in that condo association. Before you know it, you'll be inundated with work, right? So that's one model with the handyman. Now on the GC side, if you do a great project, this could be huge for referrals, right? I really think there is a need out there for general contractors that really know what they're doing and can put out a great product. And what does that mean? They got to be able to manage people. They got to be able to hire subcontractors that really know what they're doing. And they bundle all that together to have a successful project. Do you want to manage big projects? Do you want to have a higher risk and maybe a higher reward? Do you like working with other contractors and you like the whole process of developing something? Then a GC might be right for you. If you're like, hey, I don't want to deal with all that. I want to deal with subcontractors because I've been in the game and I can tell you it could be glorified babysitting at sometimes. Maybe you don't want to deal with that. You want to be able to get in and out. You want to be able to not be held accountable to something for, say, a year at a time or 6 months at a time. You want to be able to just go quickly, do a project, get paid, do another project, get paid, do another project, get paid, and a little more flexibility in your lifestyle. Then maybe a handyman business would be right for you. Let me know in the comments, what are you excited about and what are you thinking about doing?